Craig.
My name is Kurasz.
And this is the gas manifold system. The most important thing to know when you're using the gas manifold system is to always be safe. Over here, make sure that your extra tanks are always chained up. And also, always have the caps on your tanks. So, now that you got all the safety down, you want to know what tanks are which. So you'll see on the tanks here, they have stickers that tell you what they are. For example, this is argon. All the argon tanks will be in this brownish color of tank. Over here, you see the gray tanks? These will all have CO2. The green tanks, these will have oxygen. And if you come over here, the shorter, stubbier tanks, in the color black, these will have acetylene. Over here, here's the propane. And right here, with the blue spray paint, these will always be empty and are used for the tank rolling. All of our MIG machines, we use CO2. Here is a stick combo with a TIG welder. The TIG is what uses the argon. And you see up in here in the ceiling, these are all the pipes that go through the manifold. If you want to follow me over here, these are oxy welding booths. These are use the oxygen and the acetylene. I showed you one of these machines right here, a Miller. This will use the argon. But if you come over here, we also have Lincolns, which are also the same stick and TIG combo. These also use argon.
Ready? As you walk into the manifold, on the right side of this yellow brick wall, we got our tools. Our 1 1/8 inch wrenches, our orange empty rings, and our leak detection. And if you need some more, just put some of the soap in and add some water, and that's how you do it.
Now you're gonna check, make sure your tanks aren't empty. So let's go over this first tank. Let's see if she's empty. First tank, you unscrew the cap. And you open just a little bit until you hear a sound. That's how you know this tank's not empty. Always unscrew your caps when you're done. Now say we come over here to this tank. Unscrew this cap. Now let's do the same, see if it makes any noise. See, this one doesn't. That's how you know this tank's empty.
You just learned about empty tanks, but what do you do with them? So you come back over here to the tool wall, you get an orange empty ring, come back over here, place it on the empty tank, and there you go. Now everyone else knows it's an empty tank.
Now that everything's in order, let's set up the system. So when you do it, you go from right to left, starting with the acetylene. So what you want to do is open the acetylene tank valve all the way. Then open the corresponding pipe connector valve all the way. And finally, you want to open the butterfly valve again all the way, but make sure you do this one slowly. Remember, never touch the acetylene pressure gauge. You can only do this when you're with your device.
You're done with the acetylene, now we go into the oxygen. First you open the oxygen tank valve all the way. Second, you open the corresponding pipe valve all the way. Then you open the butterfly valve all the way, slowly. And don't worry about the missing. That's going to happen every now and then. Always remember to never touch the oxygen pressure gauge unless you're invited to.
You know, with the acetylene and oxygen, we go on to argon. First, you open the tank valve all the way. Next, you go into the pipe valve, and again you open it all the way. And finally, you go to the butterfly valve. Again, you want to do this slowly, but all the way. The hissing sound you hear is normal. It happens now and again. And remember, never touch the pressure gauge unless you're with your advisor.
Before you start welding, you gotta check for leaks. Come over to your tool wall, get your leak detection spray. And since you already turned the oxygen tank on, spray it on right here. See if there's any bubbles. If there's no bubbles, then you're clear to weld.
Now that you're done welding, let's turn off the system. Come back over to the acetylene and turn the tank valve all the way off. This is really similar to turning it on, just backwards. Next, go back to the pipe valve, turn it all the way off. And finally, the butterfly valve. This you want to do again really slowly. That's how you turn off acetylene.
Now you turn off the acetylene tank. Let's turn off the oxygen tank. First, you turn off the tank valve. Then you turn off the connecting pipe valve all the way off. Then once that's closed, you turn the butterfly valve all the way off slowly.
Now we're done with the acetylene and oxygen. Let's finish it off with argon. It's pretty much the same as all the other tanks. You turn the tank valve all the way off. The pipe connection valve all the way off. And you end it with the butterfly valve. Don't worry about bleeding the system, because it bleeds itself over time. After long, hard days of welding, what happens if your tank's empty? Well, I'll show you. Come over here to your tool rack, grab a 1 1/8 inch wrench. Let's say your oxygen tank's empty. You want to make sure that both the tank valve and the pipe connector valves are both closed all the way. Take your wrench, put it right here on the bolt, and loosen it. That hiss will be normal. It'll happen whenever you take it off. And after that, you'll just take it off with your hand.
Now since you've disconnected the oxygen tank from the system, you're going to want to grab a cap for safety before you move it, because safety is our #1 priority. Now since you put your cap on, you're ready to move your tank. While you're moving your oxygen tank, be sure to be very careful moving it. Once you got your tank in the correct position, be sure to lock it up with, since your oxygen tank's in the correct place, use a chain to make sure that it won't fall or tip over.
Now that your empty tank's all secured up, let's put a new tank on the system. Again, make sure you're very careful while rolling it over to the system. These tanks are very heavy and they can be very dangerous. So again, use extreme caution when transporting your tanks. Now that your tank's in the compartment, let's close this back up. Now we can get ready to put the old hose back on this tank.
Alright, the first step in putting the hose back on is taking off the cap. And before putting on the hose, you need to purge the system. Alright, now you hand tighten it. As far as you can. Once as far as you can, you get your 1 1/8 wrench off the tool wall. Put it on. And 1 crank. Alright. And that's how you reconnect any tank to the system.
One thing to keep in mind in a gas manifold room is to always strap up your tank securely. As you can see here, all the tanks on this wall are strapped up nice. These tanks of blue spray paint over here, these you don't need to worry about. These will always be empty and these will never be used. These are for the tank blowing company. Once you go in the gas manifold room, you always do one thing when you're done. Close the gate and lock it up. Now you have a basic gas manifold system, you can set it up yourself.
My name is Kurasz.
My name is Carson Craig.
And this is how to set up a gas manifold.